Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing this Range Rover Sport Park City Edition. This is a $170,000 Range Rover. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Land Rover here in Lehigh for giving me some time with this Range Rover. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a hybrid 3-liter inline 6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 542 horsepower and then 590 pound-feet of torque, with the MPGe rating being 53. You have 53 miles of electric driving range, and then the MPG rating, so no hybrid assist whatsoever, is 21 combined between city and highway driving. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I love this satin paint color. It's a very expensive option, but it is a cool looking color, especially in contrast to the Range Rover logo there. Of course, we've got the fancy new headlights here. And yeah, minimalist design overall, right? They don't have a lot happening in the front. I mean, there's obviously some blacked out trim pieces and everything, but it's pretty simplistic compared to most modern cars. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285 by 40 by 23 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got those cool carbon fiber inserts. I think that looks really sharp. You can see the blacked out trim piece there just like on the hood. And then you can see down below, it says autobiography. That's what this is built off of. Got the blacked out mirror caps, blacked out roof. And you can see the roof rack set up there. Again, Park City Edition, it's supposed to be for skiing and stuff. But there's a side view. This leads us to the key fob. You guys can see we've got our lock and unlock function for the lights, the opening for the hatch, Land Rover logo, and pop her open. Now popping into the rear, you can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. Quite a bit of space. That's one of the cool things about the Sport, is it's a pretty spacious SUV overall. See a little 12 volt there. And then notice for the seats to lower them down, and then we also can lower down the suspension as well with that whole control stack. The suspension's at the bottom there. But yeah, when you're all done, just press this button and that will lower the hatch right back down. Really cool looking taillight design here with the new Sport. It still has that kind of like 3D appearance. And you can see down below the parking sensors and super aggressive exhaust tips for a plug-in hybrid. But there's the rear. Now popping inside, you guys can see we've got a sunshade here for the rear passengers, and then really nice trim throughout. We've got this cool forged carbon. See with the seat adjustment here for the back, and look at all the rest of the trim. It's even soft touch here at the bottom section. And then you got these fancy two-tone seats as well. Legroom's great, also super plush carpet, like super plush. Got a little storage area there. We've got our own climate controls here in the back, heated ventilated seats as well. And then you guys can see here with the headroom, it's actually really solid. And by the way, these seats are comfortable. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see you've got soft touch here at the top, blind spot running with the mirrors, and then again forged carbon, and then more of that nice trim. All of our window controls, seat adjustments. The seats also have the memory seat function built in, or into the controls rather. And then look at this, the trim all the way down at the bottom. And then this is the plaque. I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera very well, but Park City Edition, 1 of 7. Perforated all down the center portion with these two-tone seats. You see the two-tone kind of on the dash as well. And I almost forgot to mention Van Silken pedals. Now take a look at the steering wheel. We've got this cool two-tone design just like throughout the rest of the interior. Really nice finish on everything overall. Bunch of practical controls like our cruise control, for example. Heated steering wheel, controls for the center. Fancy paddles there on the back. And then you can see with the regular stocks as well. Now this gauge cluster is a little bit different with the hybrid system. So you can see it shows us the fuel there, and then you can see the hybrid charge as well. Right now we're in EV mode. And with over 50 miles of driving, I mean, that gives you quite a bit of flexibility in terms of, you know, where you can go on electric range. So in reverse, we've got this 360 camera system. You can see all around the vehicle, and then it also fills in underneath the vehicle when you move in reverse, or forward with the camera system on, which is pretty cool. And you also have this 3D view as well. And then everything's in the infotainment system with the new Range Rovers. So like with the seats, for example, if you can turn that on and see the infotainment system, you can see we've got the EV mode, but if you go into the mode tab here, you've got the different drive modes that you can go through with this. And then notice that's to save the battery, EV, and then your hybrid mode, depending on what you're wanting to do with the vehicle. But yeah, quick response time. It's just interesting that's all on the screen. So got the cool double glove box setup here. Got the top one, soft touch there, and then same thing at the bottom, and then more soft touch on the outside. And then this is cool with little storage area. You can see the little shifter head there, and then the forged carbon. And it's kind of hard to see, but it says Park City Edition on the forged carbon here. And then we've got the cool box in the center as well. Camera rear view mirror. And then you got the controls here for the panoramic sunroof, and then this nice fancy headliner. So this leads us to the window sticker. Again, this is built off of an autobiography with the plug-in hybrid. Park City Edition. $19,215 as an option, and then this paint job is $10,450. Yeah. You're not going to see that many of these. Again, 1 of 7 with the Park City Edition, and then with this paint coat. It's going to be a rare car. $170,475 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. There's heads up display, both the mirrors. Do we have blind spot monitoring? Both the rest through. And let us set off in this Park City Edition. So if you guys aren't familiar with Park City, which I feel like nowadays it's pretty known in the culture here. Basically, it's a ski town in Utah. Any ski town in the US is just becomes insanely expensive. So ski town in Utah, where just like Jackson Hole, it's basically a billionaire's playground at this point. And so you've got automakers like Range Rover that are, you know, really trying to hit hard at that market because, well, you've got tons of money up there. I mean, just to give you an idea of how crazy Park City is, Salt Lake County is the county seat of Utah. And so, you know, you're gonna have some like nice, big, expensive houses there. The most expensive houses you'll see in Salt Lake County nowadays are in the $5 to maybe $10 million range. Like, that's a ton of money. Park City has houses that are now $50 million. So that gives you an idea of just like the scale of wealth that is going up there. And while you have these special edition cars, I mean, you guys might look at this and scoff and go, oh, you know, $19,000 for a special edition, but the people that live up there, they wipe their you-know-whats with $19,000, I'm sure. So, anywho, it's an autobiography. It drives amazingly well. Ride comfort's fantastic. Just very cloud-like. And this plug-in hybrid powertrain, I mean, I'm in EV mode right now. More than enough power. Smooth. It's very smooth, too. Yeah, it seems like it's got more than enough get up and go. So I'm gonna do, so we're in EV mode. I'm gonna get an acceleration just in EV mode here, and then we'll do dynamic and, you know, get some engine action going on. But yeah, this is super smooth. So luxurious in here. Interesting. It's got like electric gears. Feels like it went up and then it started and then it started. But I mean, that wasn't like insanely fast, but I mean, for just being the battery side of things, that was pretty impressive. Yeah, I want to see that again. I'm confused. So does it actually have gears? It almost, yeah, it's weird. It just feels like it. So I'll pop it into dynamic and then pop it into hybrid mode. So now when I press down on the pedal, it should, in theory, give me all the power. Unlimited power. Very interesting. But I mean, this drives really well. So far I like this powertrain. Plug-in hybrids sometimes can be hit or miss. Seems like this one's pretty solid. And again, the range is what I find very impressive, because most plug-in hybrids are 20 to 30 miles of range. So this having over 50 miles is, that's a lot. Like, most people could do their whole commute and you wouldn't use any gas, which I think is a pretty cool thing if you ask me. Okay, so punch it here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, when you got the engine and everything, it certainly pulls. Wow. Okay, we'll pop it back into Eco, EV. Boom. Quick transition. Yes, drives well. So, you know, the Range Rover's plug-in hybrid, it's impressive. I think it's pretty impressive powertrain. It still does the plug-in hybrid stuff where, you know, there's always going to be two powertrains having to communicate with each other. You have to understand that. So it's not going to be as seamless as an EV or, you know, just a traditional ICE car, because there's a lot happening with this. So take that into account. But overall, it's a solid system. As for this Park City Edition, this is a representation of the tyranny of capitalism. I feel like that's what that's what some people would say. But this, I will say, this is like, if capitalism was a car, it would be a car, like it would be a over six-figure vehicle that is a special edition for just one city in the US. And that's what this is. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but let me know what you guys think about this Park City Edition.